My man Nick, haven't you learned from Ja Rule or MGK? Can't be going after rap guy like that. He'll go 8 Mile on your punk ass. This DJ Skandalous. Let's get it.
I'm built for it, nigga.
This shit right here is making me feel like a kid on Christmas. Every year, we have Eminem in the news, someone dissing him, or him going at somebody. Last year, we had Kill Shot, Rap Devil, and everybody told Eminem not to diss MGK back. But look what we got. We got a great diss track and Kill Shot going at MGK. It's a great time for hip-hop fans, a great time for old school fans, lyrical fans. And you know, music is so dumbed down today that we have a lot of mumble rappers and they only say like the hook all over the tracks. They don't have no lyrical content really at all anymore. And it's just about lean and popping pills and everything like that. So when Eminem and MGK had the rap beef last year, I was so excited because MGK still has a little bit of that little old school swagger with the lyricism. He's not as lyrical as Immortal Technique or Eminem, but it was just great to hear two MCs really going at it instead of all these rappers that just can't even freestyle when their name is called on an interview or up with Sway or anybody like that. But goddamn, who would have thought that Nick Cannon would be going at Eminem again, and this time he got this track. Now this is crazy to me because Nick Cannon is not known for being a rapper. He has some songs out there, but they're really trash in comparison. Now I would say he's better than most mumble rappers a little bit, but his flow and his technique and his overall structure of these songs are completely garbage compared to real MCs like Eminem, even 50 Cent, or Fat Joe of those standards as well. But really, this may just be a publicity stunt on behalf of Nick Cannon, so we get Eminem on a show. Now it'd be really cool to see Eminem on Wild 'N Out and everything, but I don't think he'll do it because it'll just blow up that show even more, get him more views, and make Nick Cannon more money. So why is he going to do that? But it's kind of funny, these tweets right here with Eminem and Nick Cannon going back at each other. Let's check it. Alright, so we're on the rap.com. The title reads, Twitter's not backing Nick Cannon on his Eminem diss track, The Invitation. Nick Cannon needs to bring out the big guns to beat Eminem on wax. While Nick Cannon did get voicemails out of Suge Knight, the America's Got Talent alumni otherwise just collaborated with some rappers named Hitman Holla, Charlie Clips, and Prince Easy on a diss track, The Invitation. Twitter didn't think the group or the bars were anywhere near Slim Shady quality. Check out some of the choice fan replies, including a pair of SpongeBob SquarePants. So overall, Nick Cannon's bars is very weak, the flow is terrible, the sound quality is awful. I'm not sure who even mixed this track. It's not even professional. It sounds like one of those unreleased songs that get leaked out by an engineer or a producer, whether Eminem or Tupac or anything like that. And it just sounds very unfinished. And overall, his flow on this track is garbage as hell, man. And it just makes me wonder if someone wrote these lyrics for him. But with the song being this bad, and he only has one verse, he probably did write this track himself. So the lyrics here read, ain't no coming back, that's a fact. This is the invitation. Told Joe to lean back. Don't get hit with his retaliation. Which is kind of funny because you can find an Eminem remix of Eminem on the Lean Back song. And overall, I think Eminem outshines Fat Joe in that track. If with the crack, but with the white boy, he fucked with crack. Which is going back to Eminem doing drugs. But that's not really a diss because he got clean. He's still making money. Still doing new albums. And he's worth a lot more than you. Pills to smack, shit, he about to relapse. Which he's reciting Eminem's album Relapse, which he got a lot of heat for because he had the whole British accent. And that wasn't even at the height of his drug use. If you look online, you'll find a lot of King Mathers tracks from before Relapse, where Eminem sounds more fucked up on those tracks. So moving on, it says, call Kim somebody to get Haley, and the other kid you raising that ain't even your baby, daddy. Hasn't this guy learned from Ja Rule not to say Haley on the record? That'll be the end of your career. And that's not even a diss saying that Eminem is raising someone else's baby. He adopted his niece, took her in, gave her a better home, a better life for herself. How's that a diss? That makes Nick Cannon look bad that he's shitting on a father, someone that took care of somebody that he didn't even have to take care of. Took a page out of Drake's book, this might get a Grammy. We're going back to back till you respond on the family. My baby mama killed you a decade ago. Which is not even true because the warning track that Eminem released in response to Mariah Carey doing that music video where she dressed up like him was way better. And Eminem probably was holding back with that. You're still crying about it, bitch. Now who really the hoe? I called Joe to set you up. You fell for the job. Which doesn't really make sense. Slim won't show for the video because he's terrified of my squad. I heard your chauffeur got a video of you sucking, you paid him off. then laid him off. Now who really the op? Now this is another line here where to me it just sounds like he's making something up. Because how would he even know the chauffeur of Eminem? And why would the chauffeur even tell Nick Cannon of all the people in the world? Makes no sense. Now here's the crazy line here. Should call me the new Pac. I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Now, Suge is known for saying some outlandish shit. You know, he still says Tupac is alive and all this other bullshit to get views and clicks when he was out of prison a couple years ago. And I ain't no killer, don't push me is what Tupac says on his Machiavelli album that came out in 1996 on the song Hail Mary. Last part reads, how the y'all got me battling Elvis Pusley. Elvis Pusley? That's the best line you came up with? What the fuck is Elvis Pusley? This has to be like the worst diss track I've ever heard in my life. And really, I don't know if Eminem is going to clap back at this. You know, he's going at him on Twitter and everything. You check out the tweets here. So these are some Twitter comments going back at Nick Cannon from fans. Nick Cannon's comment section after he tried to diss Eminem has me cracking up. Here's what one person had to say about this track. Eminem before and after he hears the Nick Cannon diss track. Nick Cannon releases the Eminem diss track, Twitter. Live footage of Eminem and Paul Rosenberg listening to Nick Cannon's diss. Alright, it wasn't that funny. Mariah and Nick Cannon's kids knowing that Eminem is about to drag the whole family in his response. Nick Cannon's team after he decided to release the Eminem diss track, where he mentioned Haley and Kim. SpongeBob, okay, get in. Oh, here's another one, SpongeBob covering himself. Nick Cannon after mentioning Haley and Eminem's other daughters in his latest diss. And this was responding to Eminem including a line about Nick Cannon in his track with Fat Joe, The Lord Above. And when you look on Nick Cannon's Twitter feed, you'll see this has been going on all day long. He puts here, only a few hours left, Marshall. And Eminem actually responded. Usually there's someone from Interscope Records or Aftermath that usually handles Eminem's social media. So it's kind of crazy that Eminem's even responding himself. He put, you mad bro, stop lying on my dick. I never had a chauffeur, you bougie fuck. Nick Cannon says, fuck apologies, pull up. Bring your gardener, your chauffeur, your male nurse, and whoever else you're screwing. And Eminem responded, I demand an apology, Nicholas. You made my gardener so jealous. Nick Cannon responds to that, Eminem, I see your handlers let you use the internet today, Marshall. We're waiting. Waiting for what? He's waiting for Eminem diss track to ruin his career, really. And really it was the other people featured on Nick Cannon's diss track that carried the overall song. Nick Cannon's verse was the weakest on that track. And if you don't know the background of Eminem and Nick Cannon, there's a great article here on Complex.com that goes over their overall beef. And it goes back to say, in 2009 on a Relapse album, Backbites from Baghdad, Eminem dissed Mariah Carey, and her new husband Nick Cannon suggests Eminem is still in love with Mariah after alleged 6-month fling, which Mariah actually denied. And also the song says that he wanted her back after years of tension between Eminem and Mariah Carey. This song would ignite M and Cannon's decade-long feud. And then later that year, Mariah Carey dropped the song Obsessed. She didn't name Eminem on the track, but many suspected that the song was targeted as a rapper due to the visuals which depicted a stalker with Eminem's likeness following her through the streets of New York. Then Eminem responded to that with the Warning track, which I talked about earlier. And in the song he says, I got the same exact tat that's on Nick's back. I'm obsessed now. Oh gee, is that supposed to be me in the video with the goatee? Which alluded to the fact that shortly after the marriage to Mariah Carey, Cannon got a large tattoo of the singer's name on his back. Then Nick Cannon dropped the diss track in September 2010, which was like a year later, called I'm a Slick Rick. And in that track he recited, yo, I'ma serve this clown now. Word Nick, word. I don't know if I should cause he's feminine slick. Excuse me Eminem, why you lying on your dick? Erectile dysfunction. And then in 2016, Nick Cannon invited Eminem on his show Wild 'N Out. Which is kind of crazy because I thought this show was long over, like 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Now, the recent beef, it reignited because Nick Cannon actually talked about Eminem on T.I.'s podcast back in September 2019. And within that podcast, he revealed many attempts that he tried to actually talk to Eminem. And he said in this podcast, I wrote this long-ass letter pretty much saying, I respect you as an artist. I'm actually a fan. I think you're one of the best to ever do it. Sounds like a lot like MGK, giving praise on this track. But from man to man, you're talking out of pocket to my wife. You gotta be held accountable for that. So I need to see you face to face. Then it goes on to say that Nick Cannon felt like he wanted to fight Eminem for disrespecting his wife. And this led to Eminem clapping back on Fat Joe's song, The Lord Above. Then Nick Cannon doing this whack-ass diss track. And on the Lord Above song, Eminem says, I know me and Mariah didn't end on a high note, but that other dude's whipped. That got him neutered, tried to tell him that his chick's a nut job before he get his jewels clipped. Almost got my caboose kicked. Fool quit. You're not gonna do shit. I let her chop my off too. before you lost. 2, before I lost to you, Nick. Alright guys, so what do you guys feel about this diss? Do you think Eminem should clap back? Overall, it's just one verse by Nick Cannon. The other rappers carried the song. Maybe Eminem should not even diss Nick Cannon back, but I think he should because it'll be a great thing for hip hop again. You know, all this drama just brings more eyes to rap and lyricism and everything all in between. Alright guys, so that's it for today's hip hop news. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to try to do more videos like this with actual footage of me. And I may do some reaction videos to some Tupac songs and old Eminem tracks as well. Be sure to check out my Twitter. You know, my old account got deleted. That was Tupac Remix that had 20,000 followers. Got deleted like 2 years ago, probably because the name Tupac as well as the photo was an image of Tupac. So be sure to check me out on Twitter. It's DJ_Skandalous. And overall, I post about hip hop news, post hip hop memes, Tupac news, as well as I engage on discussions on Star Wars, DC, and Marvel, and other cool things I like. It'd be a great way to get in contact with you guys on there as well. Alright guys, so drop your comments below what you think about this feud. If you think Eminem should clap back. Overall, I think if Eminem responds, it'll be great for hip hop because new school rappers could take note of a lyrical battle within the hip hop industry as well. Even though Nick Cannon sucks, he's garbage. But you know, having Eminem go crazy on him and go to town on him, it's great for hip hop. It's great for old school fans like me that grew up on Tupac and Biggie and Eminem. And that's because it gives us some nostalgia of the past, and hopefully it can make more rappers want to get lyrical on their records instead of just rapping about lean and pills and crap like that. Come on guys, you gotta bring back storytelling. And Eminem, if you're watching, you better get King Mathers, Detox, and Relapse 2 released. I'm waiting for that shit for about 10 years, 20 years now. Alright, this DJ Skandalous signing out. Peace out.